We do want to turn now to another major developing news story we're following. Palestinian health officials say Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 50 people today. The ramped-up Israeli offensive has made aid delivery challenging, while some has begun trickling in. Crowds of overwhelmed delivery vehicles in some areas. We're also learning today that the head of a new aid distribution program for the territory has resigned. The CBC's Tom Perry is tracking those developments. He joins us now live from Jerusalem. So, Tom, let's start with the Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. What's the latest with that?
Well, the latest is more airstrikes and more Palestinian dead. We saw some more strikes overnight, one targeting a school, or what was left of a school. You have to remember that in Gaza there are tens of thousands, people all over, who've been forced from their homes, and they're sleeping either in tents or wherever they can find a place to seek shelter. These people were staying in a school, and the school got hit, and so we've been seeing images of rescue teams trying to go in, trying to pull out survivors, try to pull out bodies. And then we've seen aftermath shots, people today, either in some other part of the school or maybe in a different part of the building. They're still there, because where else are they going to go? So that's what we've been seeing. It's been a really difficult few days in Gaza. Not that there have been any really good days in Gaza recently, but these have been especially hard. We saw on Friday the family of a doctor from Khan Yunis. Her name is Ala Al-Najjar. She's a surgeon at a hospital in Khan Yunis. She had 10 children. 9 of those kids were killed in an Israeli airstrike. Her husband is in hospital. He was injured. Her one surviving boy, 11 years old, he's in hospital. But 9 of her kids didn't make it. And we saw images there as well of rescuers bringing out tiny bodies from the wreckage of this home that was still in flames, and crews trying to put it out. So that's the scene in Gaza these days. In terms of getting aid into Gaza, we have seen some aid trucks moving today. I'm not sure if they've actually been getting in or what numbers are in terms of them getting in, but it's not very much. And aid groups say it's not nearly enough. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have seen this confusion about this newly formed aid group, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The Israeli government says that Hamas has been diverting aid, stealing aid, that it's been sent in under the authority of the United Nations. And so, of course, the Israelis had really blockaded Gaza for weeks and weeks. So the idea was for this new group that was sort of set up under the auspices of Israel and the United States, was going to go in, was going to distribute aid, but was going to screen people to make sure that it didn't get to Hamas, that didn't get diverted. Now, there was an outcry from other humanitarian groups saying that they're politicizing the distribution of aid, that they're militarizing the distribution of aid because the Israel Defense Force was going to be involved in this. There are all kinds of other complaints as well about it. Well, today, the executive director, who hadn't been in the job very long, resigned. He just said that he couldn't continue really holding on to his, humanitarian principles in this role. Now, the group says it's going to keep up with its mission. It is going to go ahead with this plan to somehow distribute aid in Gaza. But this executive director, on his way out, said to the Israeli government that it's just vitally important that it make sure that the aid that's needed is getting in, because, as you know, the people in Gaza are living just under horrible conditions, and really the consensus is that not enough aid's getting in. We'll wait to see if and when that changes.
And now, Tom, we wanted to also focus on an event where you are on the ground. Security was heightened today ahead of the Jerusalem Day March. You were just in the Old City. What did you see there?
Okay, so Jerusalem Day marks the day the anniversary of Israeli forces taking East Jerusalem, including the Old City, in 1967. So for Israeli Jews, it's a big celebration. For Arabs and for Palestinians, it's not a big celebration. It's really a day of humiliation. So there have often been clashes between Israelis, between Arabs in the Muslim quarter, in the Old City. And so police have been prepping for that. So we went down to the Muslim quarter today, down to the Damascus Gate. And I should say that When you go through the Damascus Gate, the first thing you're hit with is just walls of shops. You can buy anything. You can buy candy, you can buy juice, you can buy socks, you can buy phone chargers. Whatever you need is there. Today, everything, when we went down a little while back, everything was shut down. The shutters were pulled down on the shops, padlocked. All the merchants had taken off because they knew what was coming. And what's coming is a bunch of Israeli marchers are going to be going down there, going down that street, going to the Western Wall. That's where they're going to be going for this to mark this day. We saw really a lot of young lads, high school age kids, got the day off school. They're down there. They're waving flags. They're causing a bit of trouble. They're doing some anti-Arab songs, things like that. Didn't see any real scuffles that while we were down there, but certainly the police are on guard to see if anything kicks off. And right now we're waiting to see. It's going to be going on throughout the evening, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. As I said, for now we didn't see anything serious, certainly not for this neighborhood. But the danger is, as always, that things could get worse. There were arrests last year. There were clashes between Israeli Jews and Arabs down there. So the fear is that could happen again. And given the context we're in, the moment we're in, where so much is happening in Gaza, it's going to be a tense day.
Tom, thank you for this today. That is the CBC's Tom Perry in Jerusalem.